What made my wife refuse to sleep in our bedroom after watching me through the security camera? So I'd been sleeping on my left side for like 15 years, same exact position every night. Samantha always joked about how predictable I was, said she could draw a chalk outline. She'd done it with pillows, marking my position, the whole deal. But then I tore my rotator cuff playing softball that Saturday afternoon. I sat in the doctor's office Monday morning and told him about the pain. He just shook his head and said I'd need surgery if I didn't sleep on my back. He prescribed this special wedge pillow and showed me the exact position. Everything seemed manageable at first. Samantha was teasing me about looking like a vampire, asking if I needed a coffin, the usual banter. But then Thursday night happened, about a week into the new position. I was deep asleep when I heard Samantha scream, like actually scream my name. I opened my eyes and she was pressed against the wall, terrified. She was staring at me with her hand over her mouth. I asked what was happening, and she just shook her head and pointed down. I couldn't process it at first. Then I looked. I was fully dressed, standing upright in our walk-in closet, and I had no memory of getting there. She guided me back to bed, her hands shaking the whole time. Not tired shaking, not cold shaking, but actual fear shaking like she'd seen a ghost. I tried to explain it away and said maybe the shoulder pain was making me sleepwalk. She just kept crying and wouldn't let me near her. She made me sleep on the couch that night. I could hear her moving around upstairs, checking the locks, pacing the hallway. 5 days passed without incident, and she started coming back to bed. But then it happened again. This time she found me at 2 a.m. sitting at the kitchen table in my work clothes from that day. She called her sister Amy, this ICU nurse who'd seen everything. Amy drove over at 2:30 in the morning and checked my vitals, asked about medications, stress levels, head injuries. Everything came back normal. Amy asked if I had a history of sleepwalking. I told her no, not as a kid, not in college, never. This sudden onset at 34 made absolutely no sense. Amy stayed until dawn, watching me sleep on the couch while Samantha dozed fitfully upstairs. She said everything looked normal, but suggested we film any future episodes. Sure enough, 3 nights later, it happened again. Samantha found me standing by the front door with my car keys. She was so scared she just stood there filming for 10 minutes. She didn't want to touch me after what happened in the closet. When she finally grabbed my arm, I woke up instantly like nothing was wrong. The video made my skin crawl. I looked like a statue someone had positioned by the door. My face was completely vacant. We went to my doctor that Monday and showed him everything. He barely glanced at the videos before saying it was just stress from the injury. He scribbled a referral to some sleep clinic and promised it was totally treatable. Samantha didn't say a word the whole drive home. The sleep clinic appointment came 2 weeks later. They hooked me up to all these wires and watched me all night. I slept like a baby, perfectly still on my back, no episodes. The technician seemed confused and suggested maybe I only did it at home, but Samantha was beyond frustrated. She showed him video after video on her phone. She kept demanding, explain this. Explain how he can arrange tools by size at 4 a.m. Explain how sleeping people write grocery lists in perfect handwriting. The specialist just mumbled about psychological factors and scheduled a follow-up. That night at home, Samantha found me in the kitchen making a sandwich with my eyes completely shut. After the sandwich incident, about 30% of our life became managing my sleep displacement. The rest was pure fear. Samantha refused to sleep normally anymore because she said she'd never forgive herself if something happened. She gave me her phone passcode and made me install tracking apps. She wanted to know where I was every second. Things got worse over the next month. People at work started noticing how exhausted we both looked. My boss asked if everything was okay at home. A coworker pulled me aside and asked if Samantha and I were having problems. I couldn't explain that my wife spent every night watching me sleep. Then came the garage incident that changed everything. The garage incident happened on a Tuesday. Samantha woke to an empty bed and dead silence. She ran through the house screaming my name until she heard the engine. She found me behind the wheel with the motor running, filling the space with deadly fumes. My eyes were shut, but my hands gripped the steering wheel like I was driving somewhere. She yanked me out so violently we both hit the ground. I woke up to her pounding my chest, shrieking that I'd tried to kill myself in my sleep. After that incident, our house became a maximum security prison. Samantha installed keypad locks only she knew the codes for. Every door got an alarm. She hid the car keys in a safe. We put child locks on the windows. She turned our bedroom into a padded cell with a camera in the corner. Samantha sleeps in 4-hour shifts, checking the camera feed constantly. We tried everything. I went back to side sleeping, but the episodes continued. We've seen 7 specialists across 3 states, but they don't have answers. It's been 6 months now. Every single night without fail, I try to go somewhere, do something. Samantha watches through the camera as I pace our locked bedroom, trying doorknobs with closed eyes.